Convenience stores are found everywhere in Japan. Even in the most isolated place you can still find one. And I say this by living in an isolated place. But the thing is, most part of the stores are 24/7 with the people working in all shifts. Would you be willing to get your money working in an isolated convenience store at night? Well, that's what we'll experience in this retro-styled horror game. You wake up late at night and need to get ready for work. You put your uniform, eat your meal, and since you live in a countryside, you always have to carry a flashlight at night. You then pick the flashlight and go to work. The streets are taken by the darkness. Light poles are not very common, but you get used to it. And after walking for a while, you reach your job. A man is sitting on the outside of the store, and when you talk to him, he says some strange things, but you ignore it and go to work. In the store, you talk to your co-worker who tells you a creepy local story to get you scared. Then you punch the clock and start your shift. Your manager left a note on the table telling you to throw away the expired food. Next to the table, there's a monitor where you can access all the cameras, and you see your first customer coming. You go to the counter and await for the customer. He comes with a lunchbox, pays it, and leave. You decide then to throw the expired food away as your manager asked you to do. When outside, you hear the door opening a couple of times, but you first need to throw the garbage away. You get in the dumpster and something gets your attention. An opened area blocked by some policy tape stopping you from getting in. On my way back, I actually noticed that the place have a back door. You get in and there is no one. That's odd, since the door was opening. You then finish throwing all the expired food, and when you get back to the counter, a delivery man comes with a package for you. Well, you take the package, go home, open it, and there you find a tape. When you play the tape, the next day you have the same routine. Pick your flashlight and go to work. Arrive in the store, you talk to your coworker and he tells you that the door had a wiring problem, which is why it was opening all of a sudden, but they already fixed it. You then punch the clock and start your shift. Your manager left another note saying that someone needs to get rid of the rats behind the store. And since your coworker is a late-ass motherfucker, you have to do the job. So before you do it, you see an old lady coming into the store. And she's kinda slow. She go to the toilet. Right after, this guy comes and tell you to grab some beers and cigarettes for him since he's in a hurry. Come on, motherfucker, why don't you grab yourself? You bring him the items, and finally the old lady finishes her shitting. But when you talk to her, she starts saying some scary things about her daughter and grandson. Well, you then go kill the rats. While killing the rats, the front door starts opening and closing non-stop. So you finish your task, go take a look, and there is no one in the store. But you decide to look at the camera, and a little boy is found. When you try to take a closer look, he runs away. You go check around the store to see if you find him, but there was no one, only you. You then go back to the store and the delivery man comes again, but now you have to give him the package. You give him and finish your shift. You wake up, sound of strong rain is filling up the environment, but you have to work either way. So you grab an umbrella, and when you pick the flashlight, strange, who could it be this late? You open the door and a package is waiting for you. When you open the box, there's another tape, so you play it and... Okay, either way, you have to work. Get in the store, your coworker is not there. That's very odd, but when you go punch the clock... Son of a bitch! You punch the clock and start another shift. Your manager left a note telling you to restock the place. You then start restocking the place, but when you go grab more supplies, the doors in the storage room locks. What the fuck is happening? After trying to open the door a lot of times, finally it opens. You then keep restocking the place when a man enters the store. He says that he was called to fix the air conditioner, so you let him do his job and finishes your task of restocking. You decide then to take a look at the man through the camera, but when you look at the back of the store, all the policy tapes are on the ground. You hear the front door opening, and there's a customer in the store. When she comes to pay her items, She says that nobody should leave a woman like you alone this late and gives you a protective charm. Right after she leaves, you go check the back to see the unlocked area, and in the area you find a little structure with a door, but the door is locked, so you go back to the store. Heading to the counter, you hear a strange sound coming from the bathroom. You go check it, and the seat is lifting by itself. When you enter the bathroom, the door closes and you get trapped. The door finally unlocks, and when you open, the store is a complete mess. You then go check the cameras and... what was the figure? As you go check the place, you see some talisman on the ground. So you pick them up and seal that little structure. By looking around, you find this wrench, probably dropped by the guy who came to fix the air conditioner. You see a blue light inside the AC, opens it with the wrench and find a key. I guess you know where the key belongs. So you go to the old structure, open the door, and your manager is dead next to a television with a 4 on the screen. Now if you don't know this, 4 in Japanese is shi, and shi also means death. When you try to get out, the door locks and something tries to open, but it's like the talisman and the charm that you're carrying are protecting you from this evil. You wake up, thinks that all that you saw was just a nightmare. You go pick your flashlight, and when you're about to leave, the door is locked. You go back to your room and find a tape on the ground. You play it and... guess it's time to go to work. You get in the store, but your co-worker was not there. You then go check the cameras and everything seems normal. But when you leave the counter, it's like you changed words. Now the store is full of TV all around the shelves. You then check the camera again and the same little boy is now in the store. He's roaming around, look at some of the TV, but you notice that he always look at the same screens. So you go there and turn on all the screen that he was looking at, and by finishing, you hear a cry coming from the storage room. You go see who is crying, and it's the little boy. When you talk to him, that woman appears and you get back to the real world. And the next day you wake up and one more tape is on the ground. You take it and you have 3 options of what you will do with the tape. You can put it in the box, watch it, or throw in the trash. If you put it in the box, the game finishes, saying that you sent the tape back to the place where it came from. And after that, you searched on the internet about the place and found that a man killed his pregnant wife, his child, and then killed himself. You also receive a call from a strange person saying that your manager was found dead. You then quit the job and never go to the place again. Now, if you either throw in the trash or watch it, later that night, the woman will appear in your bed and you will never be seen again. But let's connect some dots here. When we go back to the old lady, she said that she heard her grandson's voice and that the place was her daughter's place. So she is the mother of the woman. And when you analyze the tape, you notice that it was not sent to your house at first, but to the convenience store. So you never had nothing to do with it. But in the moment that you grabbed the tape and watch it, just like in The Ring, you took the curse and opened a portal to the woman's spirit. Now if you remember, in the second time, the package was already in the store. So when you deliver it to the deliverman, it went straight to the place that the first tape was located in. Your house. And it could get anywhere, but from other places, why it got into your house? Well, I have a theory that the tapes were actually a way of the spirit to see, just like it were her eyes. And when you watch it, the thing that appeared on the screen were her vision. That's why in each tape that you watch it was getting closer. And if you remember, if you choose to watch the last tape, her vision was on your balcony, meaning that she was already there. But heck, what about the ending that you throw in the trash? Well, every time that you watched the tape, you saw that she was getting closer, but it don't mean that if you didn't watch it, you would have stopped. When I thought about it, I realized that when you opened the first tape, the portal was already opened. She was going directly to the place where the first tape was found. And that's where I had another theory. Onryos are women spirits. Normally they're brutally killed by men. So the spirit saw that she was going for a woman, sympathized with you, and tried to warn you to get out of the curse by sending a lot of tapes. And when you throw it in the trash or watch it, it has no other choices. But if you send it to the place where it came from, it leaves you, because maybe the curse would instantly kill the person who receives the tape if the person was a man. Well, these are some of my theories. Feel free to comment yours. So this is The Convenience Store, a very short horror game by Tila's Art. And I think that the story is not really the greatest point in this game. It takes the same base of Onryo legend. For you who don't know, Onryo is a legend in Japan about a woman spirit that seeks for revenge after being brutally killed. An example is the famous movie The Grudge. But the atmosphere itself gives us a great aspect of horror, makes us feel truly uncomfortable by the situation of working alone in a store in the middle of nowhere. That was the video. I'll try to bring more of Tila's Art games here, and I'll see you around. Thank you.